Okay, we got the 98 XCR 440 pulled in the garage. So, back when I blew up the 700, that same day, Ellis was out racing this while I was racing my 700. This sled killed it, man. It handled so good, even though it ran like absolute crap. He still won his class, which is phenomenal. I've been through the carbs a few times. I've drained the gas and refilled the tank 2 or 3 times now. But me and Bobby Reed came to the conclusion that we think the stator is going out in this, which coincidentally a lot of people have also commented since I mentioned that they think it's a stator. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull this recoil. Thank God it's not a Pro X, so it's gonna be super easy to do. And get started, pull the magneto, swap out the stator, because I just happen to have a ton of stators sitting around. Granted, this has, let's say, a different part number for the original stator than, let's say, a 99 700, or even a different number than, let's say, the Liberty 500, like I have swapped in that. However, all of those motors, whether it be the 500, this 440, whatever, they all are superseded to a 700 stator, which means the original is no longer available. You can only buy the one that came with the 700. So I'm under the assumption that the 700 stator will work just fine in this little 440. That's what we're going to end up doing.
I don't know, is that?
It's okay. Okay, so recoil's off, exhaust is off, a little flywheel or recoil catcher, whatever you want to call that thing, is pulled. Got the nut off the magneto, and this is the part where you have to use a puller, is to remove the magneto. Okay, next day, still working on this thing. Kind of ran into a little snag. I had to go to Buddy's house like a month ago and do a stator magneto for him. I forgot my big ass socket at his house. I do not have another one of those for the puller. Anyways, got the magneto pulled. Looks good. A little dirty, but that's actually pretty normal. There's always a little something stuck in there. Now we're pulling the stator right now. It's just these 3 little screws here that hold that in place. And then you got this big plug and this one little plug. This one does all your safety stuff, a little single wire, you know, kill switch, throttle, safety, and all that. So once you got these unplugged and go through all this up to your CDI, oh man, it's actually bolted on to the reeds. So I gotta undo that bolt. Then you undo your CDI, pull a little rubber cap in the housing, and then you just fish your wires through, pull the stator out, run the new one in. Pretty easy. Okay, we got the stator out, and this is just this is for a very few people. I've had people try to call me out. Well, it's a Polaris, it's not Ducati. I beg to differ. Ducati makes the ignition systems on all these early Liberty motors. Ducati, not a Polaris part. Polaris might have sold it back in the day and utilized it, but they did not make it. Same with the CDIs. I almost feel silly doing it because the stator came out looks really nice compared to anything else I have sitting around. But process of elimination, we all think the stator is going bad. So I'm gonna go ahead, replace it. Throw this other one in. This is from 700 of some year. I'm not sure exactly what year, but it's all the same stuff. Very, very minor differences in anything, if you can find any differences at all. I guess I should probably tighten this back on. But, yep. Okay, I'm lazy. I didn't tighten up the bolts on that. They're all stripped out. Tried taking one of these out. Super stuck. Didn't want to mess with it. So I just grabbed another one. Fuck it. Alright, stator's back on. All that's done. Recoil back on. Need to throw an exhaust on it, but I wanted to like scrape some of these gross leaves out real quick before I have to fight those springs that wrap around the exhaust. God, I hate those so much. Hate them. But that's how them little 440 cans are held on. So I'm going to go ahead, scrape some leaves out of this and throw the exhaust back on. Hell, we'll see if this thing still runs after that. Alright, let's see if this thing still starts. That's it, that's all plugged in, stator's in, exhaust is on. I can't think of any reason why it shouldn't start. That's a trick to these old sleds, just throw money at them, they might start. Okay. Fuel on, goes on. Little choke just because. Watch, I did all that. Put a bad stator in. How hilarious would that be? Does this thing even have gas? It says it's on E. Figure this out. Okay, come to find out, this thing is like big time flooded out. Now, when I say it's flooded, I mean like it's flooded. There's definitely a leaky needle in the seat. I do have spark though. I checked that. I got no spark right now because I don't want a flamethrower, but check this out. Yeah. Old sleds, it won't necessarily flood while running, but when you let them sit for extended periods of time with the fuel turned on, the needle and seat will leak by a little bit and it'll just progressively flood the motor out. So yeah, we got one that's leaking by a little bit for sure, maybe two, don't know. Alright, I pulled this thing over about 1,000,000 times. I'm pretty sure it'll start now. I quit getting the geyser, so. I got no headlight. So I guess there's that. Stator works. Got spark. It's not flooded. I'm going to go ahead and
turn my fuel off now so this thing doesn't flood out like that again. So that's probably gonna be it for the end of this video. I gotta get down so you guys can see me. But, no, I'm just kidding. I'll probably be the end for this video. Next time though, this thing's running. I know it's got a different stator in it, which came from at one point running sled. And it's not the one that was in it. Because we think the one that was in it was bad. So, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hopefully it'll run a little bit better now. Don't ignore that. It's just random extra CDI. I've been selling those off quite a bit lately. Got a lot of them. But anyways, yeah. Tomorrow we'll take it out for a ride. I was going to do it today, but like I said, it's starting to get dark out and I have no headlight. And I don't want to just go around the neighborhood. I want to hit the lake and get this thing fucking ripping so I can see if it's actually fixed or not. So stay tuned for that.